welcome to MDX Now 2017. My name's Alistair.
And I'm Emily. And MDX Now is a collaborative production where students from across all years of the television and production course have worked together to produce this very production for us today.
Absolutely, and we will actually be interviewing some Middlesex alumni as well as featuring a performance from the music department. But this show is focused on the arts and creative industries, all of which you can study here at Middlesex.
Yes, and Middlesex has had a lot of successful students from all courses. Here are some of the recent successes. Adam Brown, who was on the Performing Arts course, who was one of the 13 dwarfs in the Hobbit trilogy, will this year be featured in the new Pirates of the Caribbean.
Indeed. Now, yeah, exactly, a big woo. And now, if you're a fan like me, you'll know what I mean when I say that this Christmas, episode 8 is coming out. You know what this means?
Oh, yes.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, yes.
It means the new Star Wars film is coming out, and one of our graduates, Charles, has been working on the post-production of this next instalment. Now, we did ask him if he could give us any secrets on what's been going on. Sadly, he just told me that he couldn't tell me anything, and if he did, he'd have to throw me into the Sarlacc pit, where I'd be digested for about 1,000 years.
Wow.
Yeah, that is a Star Wars joke if you don't get it, but yes, it makes sense, honestly.
Also, despite starting off as a drama student and featuring in the John Lewis Christmas advert of 2015, Lisa Williamson became an award-winning author of the book The Art of Being Normal. And she'll also be releasing her new book next month, which is called All About Mia. We wish her all the best with that.
Indeed. Now, all of these graduates studied at Middlesex, various different campuses around London, and actually I myself studied performing arts at Trent Park.
Yes, that was quite a while ago, wasn't it, Alistair?
Yes, all right, I know the grey gives it away, but it's a beautiful campus and it was a great time there.
Yes, so since 2011, the university unveiled the Grove building here in Hendon, which is where we are today.
Indeed, and the Grove, yes, woo, come on. And the Grove building actually houses many of the arts and creative industry courses, and it actually hosts our TV studio, sits right in the centre. But today, instead, we thought we'd come out to the beautiful atrium where it's nice and sunny.
Yes, we did, and we thought we'd give you an insight into what our lovely faculty offers and what our amazing students are getting up to at the moment.
Fantastic, let's take a look.
The Grove is the hub for the majority of creative talent here at Middlesex University. It's a 4-storey building which first opened its doors in September 2011. Costing £80 million to create, the university's Vice-Chancellor has described it as Middlesex's most modern building, designed so students have the space to work, think and create. Full of workspaces and creative facilities, we have post-production and edit suites, a state-of-the-art television studio, and a newsroom for our dedicated film and TV production students. Here at the Grove, you will find extensive photography and fine arts facilities, illustration, animation and graphic design studios, and an interior design department. There are also music and dance studios. We have access to a wide range of equipment through the Media Loan Store and the Art Store. And we are proud to be part of the Grove, as it is bursting with innovation and creativity.
Going in. Well, as you can see, it is an incredibly busy building, lots going on all the time, and we're going to be showing you a little bit more of the TV studios later on. But I think it's time we met some of our alumni, yes?
Yes, absolutely.
So I've got a graduate from 2015, Sarah Jane. She was on the dance course here, so can we have a round of applause for Sarah, please?
Yes, and sat beside her, we have a graduate from the BA Music and Arts Management course in 2010, who is now a successful actor, Jamie Nichols. Please give him a lovely round of applause as well. Woo.
Fantastic, brilliant. So, Sarah Jane, is it weird to be back?
It's nice.
Yeah?
It's nice to be back, yeah. I really
like coming home a little bit?
A little bit, yeah,
Good,
definitely.
good.
It's really nice.
Great, so tell us a bit more about what kind of visual arts that you create.
So the kind of art I create, it's contemporary dance-based, quite fluid movement sort of based. I don't know really how to explain it. I like to create movement that's very much from the inside out. It's not really I wouldn't say it's kind of a particular technique or a style. It's just kind of about sensations and movement and energy.
So sort of being able to express yourself.
Absolutely, yeah. Bringing the audience in rather than showing an audience a technique or something like that.
What was it that brought you to Middlesex? What was that?
The facilities and the staff here are incredible. I mean, the staff, the breadth of their knowledge in such different areas is just amazing. Yeah. And at the time, before I knew an awful lot about contemporary, one of the big names that I did know was Robert Cohen, who is linked quite a lot to the course here, and he comes in sometimes, and that for me was just incredible. Such an iconic person being a part of this course. I was like, I definitely have to go there, for sure.
And do you think that was one of your best opportunities whilst you were here, or are there any other opportunities that you had that really sort of stick in your memory?
Yeah, to begin with, it was definitely, you know, seeing Robert Cohen in class sometimes, you're like, wow, but over the course of the period of time that I was here, so many more opportunities and experiences opened up that I didn't even realise were a possibility with dance. I came in with one idea and really I was just shown a massive different industry really in lots of different ways.
It felt like a good place to sort of be able to express all your different ideas and sort of get new ideas through.
Absolutely, yeah. I think Middlesex do a really, really good job at nurturing you and helping you find your own sort of way. I came in thinking I wanted to be a dancer in musical theatre and I hated choreography, and I left wanting to be a dance artist creating work. So it's just opening your minds to different ways of working, which I thought was really awesome.
And so, I mean, obviously great to have all those sort of facilities and chances to do different things and take you different places, but you know, it's not all about the work. You know, some fun things must have happened whilst you're here. You know, there's always going to be a good anecdote in the training. So.
There's a few, but one that particularly sticks in my mind was a performance that I did here at Middlesex. It was quite an immersive piece, a little bit strange audience participation. They were very close on stage, and I was sort of draped over another girl in a sort of lift. And then we fell to the floor and we had to stay there for quite a few minutes. However, on this particular occasion, I mean, we rehearsed it so many times, but on this occasion, as we fell, her foot landed in my mouth.
Oh!
Her bare, dirty foot in my mouth. And I had to stay there for about 2 minutes with an audience member like standing right there, so I couldn't move.
Ouch.
Just like mouth open.
So a genuine foot and mouth situation.
Genuine. That was the outbreak. Good one.
Now we've got some footage.
Yeah, we've got some footage of some of your work.
Not the foot and mouth, don't worry.
Mouth.
That's not happening. That's all right. So yeah, shall we check it out if we've got the VT ready?
Yeah,
and see some of your work. It'd be great to see.
Cool. Forward fruit salad, and it's about the portrait of 100 faces of those who fought in the RAF in World War I, and it's really about exploring who they are as individuals and trying to capture them as people behind the heroic and composed sort of portraits that you see. It's going a little bit beyond into who they are. It's really different choreographing in a context such as this. In a theatre, it's a black box, it's ambiguous, you can make it your own context, whereas this has its own rich meaning and history, which we had to keep with, which was really important.
All right, I think we're done from that VT there. Now, not only have we got a dancer on our sofa today, but we've got Jamie sat next to you. And Jamie, also, you studied here. Now, you were studying a degree in music and arts management, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I think it was the first or second year the course was running.
And we understand, though, you've switched that up into acting.
Yeah,
what happened there?
I started acting when I was about 14, 15 years old. Did a couple of jobs, like the typical sort of TV soap things that people that age get into, like the Beale and EastEnders, little stints. But when I did my course, I really wanted to get a foundation of the business side of things.
Right.
And so I did work as an agent for about a year and a half.
Okay.
Until an opportunity kind of came knocking and got dragged back in.
Off and away.
You've seen both sides though, which is interesting as an actor to know the other side.
Yeah,
of it.
really handy. Like even going in for castings and stuff like that, for meetings, meeting producers and directors and casting directors, I know kind of from the other side how it works and how many people are going for certain roles and everything that goes into a production. So it really helps.
Now, you've got a bit of magic behind you, is that right? Yes.
Yeah. So. Well, we hear you were Houdini.
Yes. So I always. Oh, that's. Oh God. I liked magic when I was younger, but I never thought about doing it myself or anything like that. And that was pretty much. I did a play called Gutted, and I was working as an agent at the time. And my boss said, "Look, you can have 6 weeks, 8 weeks sabbatical to rehearse it. and do the play. And then I came back to work, and somebody had seen me in that play and said, look, we're casting this illusion play tour extravaganza. It's going to be going around the UK and Ireland for Houdini, and we still haven't found him. And they'd seen me in this play and said, do you want to come and audition? So my boss was like, look, you can go for this audition, but if you get this, I can't give you another sabbatical. You've got to go for it. So there's me in my pants. So
that took a lot of that time out to sort of practice magic and things like that.
Yeah, so I mean, I went for it, I auditioned it, and I ended up, I got it. So I had to leave my job as an agent. That was it. I actually couldn't kind of hold my job. I had to really go for it then. And
so upped your magic game then?
I did, yeah. I mean, for the casting, it was at the Hippodrome in Leicester Square where Houdini performed in 1903.
Yes. Yeah, wow.
He did the elephant escape. He did a big elephant disappearance there in 1903. So, and the handcuff escape there for the Daily Mirror. So that was quite a big thing, auditioning there. So and they wanted to see some tricks.
Sounds like you've done lots of good tricks that have gone right, but have any gone wrong? Any situations, magic tricks gone wrong?
Yeah, I mean, so I'm a gigging magician now. This is what I do on the side for the acting. I really kind of kept it going. I was a bit sick of it after Houdini, but I picked it up again, and I really enjoy it. And I kind of do it as I'm a hobby and sort of magician now. I do a few gigs here and there, but yeah, things are always going wrong where people, like when we were doing the press for Houdini, for example, you'll do a trick with someone in an interview, and then they'll get to the end, they'll just go, I can't remember my card, or they'll just drop something they shouldn't, or it's a bit of an kids, the worst thing, kids, you can do I can do a wedding sometimes, and I'll have like a table of adults completely just dumbfounded as how I've just done something, and a 9-year-old kid will be like, I just saw that. So yeah, kids.
Good rule. So after Houdini, you were on Holby City, and I think we've got a little clip of you in action coming up.
Shouting, probably.
I know how I feel. This isn't just about how you feel, Lee. It's about... We understood, Dominic. You need to calm down. Now, nobody believes me. No one trusts me. No one trusts you because you keep on lying. Just... Okay, Lee, put the knife down, all right? We can talk about whatever you want to talk about. I've got a family, I've got a baby to protect. Put the knife down.
A little bit exciting there, a bit of the knife action I like to see there, Jamie.
Someone gets it.
Yeah. I mean, how was it filming on Holby?
Awesome, like it was really, with Holby it's all single camera, not like this set today, so it's very Holby's, people have told me there's a lot of time. They'll do 5, 6, maybe 7 scenes a day, so there's time to rehearse, do a couple of read-throughs, block, rehearse and shoot stuff a few times, single camera, so different angles, as opposed to something like EastEnders, which will be quick rehearsal, 3 cameras, a couple of takes, move on. So I enjoyed Holby because it was very much, there were time, it was almost like a theatre in a sense, that you got a lot more time to spend on stuff, which I need, I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, as you well know, I think probably both of you know, there's so much stuff goes on behind the scenes with this, to make teamwork to put a production together, and we're actually putting this together. They've been doing it for quite a few months now, I think. And
yeah, they have, and this week we've been filming some behind-the-scenes footage, and we've cut it all together to show you guys at home. So we're going to show you a little VT of what it takes to put together a production like the one today.
gosh, right, yeah, absolutely, yeah, incredible. I mean, fantastic to see behind the scenes there.
Yeah.
Now, there must have been, over 50 people, I think, working on there. Lights, you've got camera, sound, set, design, producers, etc., so much going on.
Yes, indeed, and it's all for you at home. So you can see what we do here, and now we have heard from our previous students that we've got here today what it's like to be in the real world after they've left Middlesex. But now we have Sophie Eddy, who is a current third-year fashion student, to tell us what it's like to study here today. Please welcome Sophie, everyone.
Yeah, let's give her a round of applause.
Sophie, how are you?
Hello, I'm really good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. We're getting there. How's the design course going?
I'm working on my final collection now,
Right.
which is incredibly stressful, but it'll be all worth it in the end.
I'm sure it will.
Absolutely.
So tell us, how did you get into fashion?
First of all, when I was about 10 years old, I received like a Crayola fashion design set.
The thing with the wheel?
Yes,
Amazing.
yes. It was the most incredible thing, but from that moment I really did realise that's where I wanted to start fashion.
Lovely. And what brought you here to Middlesex University?
Definitely the facilities, and fashion itself has a lot of good press once you're here. We get lots of free printing, like embroidery, so we can really go crazy on our designs, and we don't have to outsource, and it's a lot cheaper as well.
That's
It's
great.
brilliant,
That's really
yeah,
good.
it's really good.
And I'm guessing you've made lots of collections. You know, can you tell us a
Yeah.
few that you've done whilst you've been at Middlesex?
So my most recent one was based around pageants, which is my pre-collection.
Yeah.
So that's the moment where you get to basically work on your final collection as if you were going to do it as your final collection, but it's the time to make mistakes. And then before that, I'd made a women's wear collection inspired around Tinder. But from that moment, I realised I wanted to do unisex menswear and women's wear.
Awesome. Well, I believe we've got some of your collection being shown
Yeah.
today. So we'd like to welcome your models to the stage. We've got Lee Slater and Josna Samuel, who are also students here at Middlesex.
Fantastic. Now,
Fantastic. Wow.
why were we not wearing those ourselves?
I don't know. I want them.
They look great in that.
Yeah, tell us more about your pieces.
So this was one of my first proper collections that I made, which was the Tinder collection. So you can see where I've kind of gone from women's wear to menswear, and you can see the process of like how I've got better in design and like different fabrics I've started to use as well. And you can also see a bit of my aesthetic coming through from one garment to another as well.
Love it.
Yeah. And then my second, this is the most recent collection I've just worked on, which is based around pageants. But you can see on the bottom, this was inspired by those massive glitz dresses. You see Honey Boo Boo in them, that kind of stuff, the sparkly glitz crazy stuff. I've made my own keyrings, I've done vinyl, I've done sequin, it's just a lot of fun. Yeah, it's brilliant.
They look fantastic. I'm a little bit jealous of them.
Yeah, I am.
Maybe afterwards we can have a go.
Yeah.
You know, with, I've got lots of questions I'd like to ask you, but I believe that we've got some questions from the audience. So if you're ready, we're going to throw it out there. Gabby, how are we doing?
Yes, we are absolutely wonderful.
You're
Thank
primed
you
and
very
ready.
much.
Good stuff, let's fire away.
Yes, I'm here with Emily, who's a first-year theatre studies student, and she has a question for Jamie.
When you left Middlesex, did you find it hard to get a job in the industry?
It's not easy at Middlesex. I'd had a couple of friends and stuff that were working with like production companies for music, like artists and repertoire and music, and a few actors that are kind of working, and so it was difficult, but that was why it was about I reached out to a lot of people and said, I'm just graduating, I want to start working and stuff, and so friends that I knew that were working for agencies said there might be opportunities to kind of start in here, like whether it be in the post room or whatever, but obviously there's opportunities to kind of progress from there. So yeah, it was difficult. So the best thing I did was just reach out to as many people as I could in my last year, second and third year, and just say, look, I'm going to be graduating. I don't want to muck around. I want to start working as soon as possible. So it is tricky. So I would advise kind of just like reach out to people, contact people, not just when you're just about to graduate, in your whole last year. So I'm working on these projects. Try and get in if you can in your summer break into an agency or a production company and just work a little bit, because then by the time it comes that you graduate, they might be like, look, come back sort of thing, and there might be something waiting for you here. So.
That's some great advice, Jamie. Thank you. So I'm actually going to head off upstairs to the studio now, where I'm going to meet one of the producers from the show.
You're leaving,
so
eh?
I will see you shortly.
That's cool. Okay, fine. Leaving my hands here again.
She's gone.
But don't worry, we've still got time for a couple more questions. So Gabby, who you got next?
Next, I'm joined by Tevin. He is in his second year doing IT. A little bit different, but here we go. Here's the question.
What do you miss most about Middlesex University?
What do you miss most?
This could be for any one of you
Sarah
guys.
Jane, let's hit you up. You've been
I just really miss being in class every day, constantly learn. Like at the time, you're like, oh. But when you leave, I miss education so much. And I miss the uni life. I miss always having my friends around. They're always somewhere around, a few doors down or just go into uni. It's a bit lonely graduating.
It is a bit of a shock change, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. So I just really miss that and miss having the expertise like right there.
Yeah.
Just go and see your teachers, ask questions.
Yeah.
I really miss all of that kind of thing.
Yeah,
Jamie,
Don't know about you guys.
you're nodding away.
Yeah, same really. I mean, it was. I remember being a little bit scared towards the end of my final year because I was kind of like, oh no. For that reason, I was a bit worried about Emily's question about, I want to find work and I want to make sure I don't spend too much time trying to look for work and stuff. And I think, actually, I wish I would just embrace that last year because everyone was in the same boat.
Yeah.
Throughout that whole 3 years, you're all working towards the same assignments, trying to get some work on your summer and trying to obviously get to the best position you can by the end of the third year. So I do miss that camaraderie of everyone's kind of in the same boat and you're working together, you can help each other out and
And Sophie, well, this is for you to come as guest and all of you in your third year. You know, the real world is beckoning. But and now, sadly, that is all we've got time for. Questions-wise, I know we got 2 in there. But I believe we're going to go over to Emily. She's made her way over to one of the studios to chat with. Oh no. They're not ready. The beauty of live TV. This is what I like to see.
Well,
Gabby, have you got one more question?
Yes, and you'll be glad to know I've actually got a third year now, so this is completely... absolutely. This is Josh. He's studying television production. Your question, Josh?
So I was just wondering, because creative industries, sometimes it's questionable whether going to university is beneficial because obviously practice is kind of like just what you need experience-wise. So do you think going to university was beneficial for you over other people employed?
Jamie's ready to answer that question.
You answer it as well. However, I thought exactly this. In my second year, I actually dropped out of my course and I went to work because the more I did of my course, I was just thinking this is more about who you know rather than what you know, and I could be the most knowledgeable guy about the music business or acting or anything like that, and it wasn't going to help me. I came back and finished my course because I learned that's not the case at all. All that whole time at uni, I was doing, especially when the music and arts management course was quite new, it wasn't really business based at that point. We were just touching on different areas, so we were looking at electronic music and classical and all different types of music and research and drawing up contracts and stuff like that. So what we were doing is just getting a taste for so many different areas of the business, and when we would do assignments, you'd end up having to speak to friends of friends that worked for record labels and stuff like that. Yeah. So what actually that whole time, it was so beneficial because the whole time all you're doing is building up like this arsenal of contacts and knowledge and just a real taste for the business. So I really do. Chris Dromey, the head of my course, said to me when I was doing it how 10 years ago 1 in 10 people would have a degree. Now 1 in 10 people don't have a degree, and so it's just all about that, just constantly doing it every day. You realise when you know if you leave uni, you might do a job to pay the bills for 6 months, and you're not doing music or TV production every single day. Whereas at uni, you're just living it 24/7.
Absolutely, you're building that network there. Now I'm going to sadly not have time for your answer. I know, I'm sure it's been very eloquent and exciting, but Emily is finally ready. So Emily, you're in the gallery. How's it going?
Hi Alistair, yes, I'm here in the gallery with Claudia, who's one of the producers of the show. How's it all been going, Claudia?
Well, it's been a bit stressful, but in the end, it's an amazing experience, and I'm so happy. I'm so proud of the whole crew, how it came out. So, yeah.
You're doing a fantastic job. So we're up in the studio, which is where we cut the show together live and where the magic happens. So what's your main role today?
Well, I'm a co-producer. So I'm looking after the content, I'm researching people, putting the whole show together with the amazing producer Danny Fisher. So yeah, it's been amazing.
Congratulations, and thank you very much, Claudia.
Wow, yeah, let's give them a round of applause. Come on, they've been all the way over there. Well, that pretty much just leaves me to say thank you to our wonderful guests, Sarah Jane, Jamie, Sophie. Can we have a huge round of applause? They've been brilliant. You've done sterling work. And also, I think we need a massive round of applause for the crew. They've done a brilliant job. This has all been done live. They've made this production happen today. If you'd like to know more about Middlesex or more about any of the courses we offer, just go to the website, have a look. It's all on there. You never know, it might be something that you really fancy doing. Once again, thanks for joining us. Emily, I'm going to come and find you in the studio because I believe we've got a performance to watch. Hello.
Yes, we're on our way now to see the band who are in the studio, and these guys are studying music at Middlesex University at the moment, and we're about to hear one of their new songs, which is Dancing on the Bar. Please give it up for the Cupid Stunts.
Someone came and told me that I can be a hero, and I've thrown up repeatedly, and now I'm a zero. But this is all just set in stone, and now my stomach's on fire. Making it out is my desire. Yeah, dancing on the bar, and we'll be drinking, telling stories in the pub. And I've been wasted, I ain't gonna make it if I drink whiskey, dancing on the bar. Yeah, I'll be dancing, dancing on the bar. A wise man told me that I can be a Superman, but I could see it was just an image on his arm. My mind's made up and I'm heading home, and now I'm stumbling to the door. Should I just stay for one more? Yeah, dancing on the bar, and we'll be drinking, telling stories in the pub. And I've been wasted, I ain't gonna make it if I drink whiskey, dancing on the bar. Tomorrow doesn't look so fine. I plan to lay in bed all day. These experiences are yours and mine. But tonight they're yours and mine. Yeah, dancing, drinking, telling stories in the pub. And I've been wasted, I ain't gonna make it if I drink whiskey, dancing on the bar. Yeah, I'll be dancing, dancing on the bar. All right.
Thank you.